This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome back to Money Monday with Foster Financial, where they provide you with holistic financial advice. And as we're going to the end of the year, there are so many different things to talk about with our friend Caleb Doan, who is the Vice President of Foster Financial. Good morning, Caleb.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks very much. The end of the year's sneaking up on us,
Yes,
that's for sure.
I cannot believe it. Really, I'm like each and every week, it's like, how are we already here?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of financial planning that takes place at the end of the year as we're kind of closing out Q4 and going and prepping for the top of a brand new year. And today we're going to talk about qualified charitable distributions. And this is something that we spoke on previously, but it's important to talk about again. So in case this is someone's first time hearing it, what is a QCD?
Yeah, there you go. So it's basically donating from your IRA directly to a nonprofit organization. Oftentimes people are doing this for their church. So they're giving, $100 a week, whatever it might be, to their church. And so we can do qualified charitable distributions from your IRA if you're over the age of 70 and a half years old. One other benefit is that it counts towards your required minimum distributions as well, which is something that we had talked about a few weeks ago. That's basically the government saying that you have to start taking money out of your IRA. The government's whole point of that is to make you start paying taxes on the money that you withdraw. QCDs are one of the only ways to get assets out of your IRA and satisfy your required minimum distribution without paying taxes. So we love avoiding taxes if we can.
Right, exactly. And so who is it that specifically qualifies? I know that you said 70 and a half.
Yeah, it'd be folks who are 70 and a half and who have IRA assets, so pre-tax assets. The big benefit is that it's coming out tax-free, so we would be doing these from your IRA. I can give clients a checkbook to their IRA, and then I can keep a certain cash balance in the IRA, and they can just write the checks like they normally do to their church or to their charity. A lot of times I'll be contacting clients at the end of the year and saying, your RMD is, $5,000 this year. Maybe you've written checks for $3,000 so far. We either need to do another $2,000 before the end of the year, or we just need to take a regular withdrawal. So I'll let people know.
You had mentioned it's tax-free, right? So traditional IRAs, you haven't paid the taxes on, but Roth you have. So are these distributions able to come from either account?
So we would typically do the QCDs from your IRA because of that tax-free nature of it. And that's abnormal. Yeah, with a Roth IRA, any withdrawal that you take is completely tax-free. So if a client wants to make a $1,000 donation to a charity and they're either choosing to send it from their IRA as a QCD or the Roth IRA, we'd take the IRA every single time because that's one of the only ways to get money out tax-free.
Okay, gotcha. And you said people do this to be able to give contributions to their church and things like that. Are there other ways that people can use a QCD?
So, really any not-for-profit company, so any 501c3 organizations. So there's a lot of people that, just donate to St. Jude or something like that. They donate to your typical charitable organizations around the area here. So we often see that. We can have these set up to just automatically go out from somebody's account so that their IRA, we use Charles Schwab as one of the main custodians. We can have it set up where Charles Schwab cuts a check every single month and mails it to the organization, or people can write checks right from their checkbook. The main thing to keep in mind for the end of the year, as we're kind of talking about this planning, is that the funds need to actually leave the IRA before December 31st in order to count towards this year's required minimum distributions. So if you write a check on December 31st and then put it in the mail to send it to your church or something like that, they're not going to cash it before the end of the year, and so it's not going to count. So we typically tell people to, write those checks probably by mid-November, roughly, so that there's enough time to cash them.
To cash it, okay. And is there a max? Is that $10,000? The max that people can actually give each year?
That's a good question. The qualified charitable distributions have a really high limit. I want to say it's maybe even six figures, the max QCDs every single year. So it's a really high limit what you can do. Most folks aren't even getting close to that limit, right? They're saying my required minimum distributions, $5,000, I'm going to donate $2,500 of that and take the other $2,500 as a withdrawal or something like that. So I don't think we've ever had a client kind of hit the limit on the QCDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Caleb,
Yeah,
for
thank
that
you.
information.
Appreciate it.
Yes. And if you all would like more information about Foster Financial, we'll have their website and their phone number listed below. They do offer complimentary consultations, so you can check them out there, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.